Section 1.1 is the distributive property. Our goal is to interpret parts of an expression. On page 3, we have, to solve problems in mathematics, it is often useful to rewrite expressions in simpler forms. The distributive property, illustrated by the area model below, is the property of real numbers that helps you to simplify expressions. So the model shows that 8 times x plus 5 is equal to 8 times x plus 8 times 5. So we have a rectangle. The area of a rectangle is length times width, so 8 times x plus 5, or we can break this up into two smaller rectangles. So we have 8 times x, or 8x, and 8 times 5, or 8 times 5. So we can break this apart by distributing the 8 to everything in the parentheses. You can use the distributive property to simplify the product of a number and a sum or difference. So also on page 3, we have the algebraic rule and some examples. So the first two are going to be the same and the last two are going to be the same. It just depends on whether you're multiplying on the left or the right. So here we are going to multiply on the left. Here we're going to multiply on the right. Either way, you are just distributing that a inside. So we have a times b gives us ab. A times c gives us ac. Over here we have a times b gives us ba. A times c gives us ca. These two are exactly the same. If we want to look at subtraction, we can do a times b and then minus a times c, which is the same as saying a times b can be b times a minus ca is the same as ac. These are just some examples with numbers. So if you distribute 4 into 20 plus 6, you would have 4 times 20 plus 4 times 6. If you wanted to go the other way, you could write it as 20 times 4 plus 6 times 4, and same thing for subtraction. In example 1, we have two parts. Part A says, what is the simplified form of the expression 3 times x plus 8? So we are going to take this 3 and distribute it into everything in the parentheses. So 3 times x gives us 3x, and then we have 3 times 8, which we will simplify as 24. And that is our final answer. The book does this using an area model. So you can draw a rectangle with a length of 3 and another side of x plus 8. We can separate that into two rectangles. 3 times x would be 3x, and 3 times 8 would be 24. This work is written out on the next slide, and 3x plus 24 is our final answer. There's also part B, which same idea. What is the simplified form of the expression 5b minus 4 times negative 7? This time, we're going to distribute the negative 7 on the right. So we'll multiply 5b times negative 7 and negative 4 times negative 7. So 5b times negative 7 is over here, and then we have the minus 4 times negative 7. Negative 7 times 5 gives us negative 35. Then you bring your b down. Now we have negative 4 times negative 7. Negative times a negative becomes a positive, and we have plus 28. And that will be our final answer here. So again, we have the steps written out. The only thing that's missing is that final simplification of negative 4 times negative 7, which gives us positive 28. Now I would like you guys to try homework number 1 on page 4. Use the distributive property to simplify the expression 1 over 4 times 4f minus 8. So you're going to distribute this 1/4 in. So multiply 4f by 1/4 and multiply negative 8 by 1/4.